welcome back to my kitchen. If you're new here, I'm Tina, and this is Hanging with Frugal Tina. Welcome to everybody. So today we're going to do an easy one. We're going to do Sunday supper. As I say, easy, right? Because Sunday suppers are usually long, drawn out, laborious type of things. But we're going to do an easy one today. I think the meal comes in between $10 and $12, which isn't really bad at all. I know that a lot of my meals are less than that, but it's Sunday supper. So without further ado, let's get it, let's go. Let's heat up those pots. Come on. Okay, here we go for Sunday supper. I got 2 giant roasts. It says $21.61, but that's not the price I paid for it. I would never come out of pocket that much money for a slab of meat. I'll put the price up. Need a can of tomato sauce, a decent sized onion, some carrots, some potatoes. The potatoes can go in the crock pot or separately. I'm choosing separately. You're gonna need some brown sugar, some salt, some Worcestershire sauce, and some apple cider vinegar. Let's get started. First thing I'm gonna do is get those 2 roasts separated and put one in the freezer. All right, so we're just gonna dice up the onion. I'm gonna do it in like strips. Gonna have to slice up my onions and my bag of onions and put them in the freezer because they all seem to be starting to go bad. So I'm just gonna cut them up in little strips. Like so. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is, hold on. I'm going to chop up some onions. Do not chop them up really small. I've already washed and peeled these because they're going to be in the crock pot for a while. And guess what? Also, my carrots were on the way out. I'm having the way out kind of a meal today. So I just chopped what I had in that bag up because if they don't eat it today, they're not going to eat it. So I'm going to make them in like decent sizes. Like that. Because they're going to be in that crock pot for a long time. It's going to be all day. And we don't want it super thin. I might put this one in half, though. It's kind of thick. All right. That's the last one. Let me get the crock pot over here. All right, so now we got the crock pot out. I have a question. Comment below the answer to this. When I take out my frying pans and things like that out of the cabinet, I rinse them, just like I did the crock pot. It was in a box, it was put away, and I've been told that I'm crazy for that. You wash it, when you put it away, it was clean. For me, no, it's not. It's been sitting in the cabinet. Dust could have got on it, an ant, a flea, a fly, hair, anything. Am I crazy? Well, that's debatable. Am I crazy about that? Do you rinse your pots and pans off before you use them? I'd like to know. All right, so I digress. We're going to put the carrots, in the bottom. Or onions, doesn't really matter which order you do it in, but this order matters. That you put these in first, the vegetables. Then we're going to break up the onions in there. Oh, darn. Actually, they're going to fall apart in there anyway. Just taking a little tip off that I missed. Okay. Get that in there. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, forgot to silence my phone. Did you hear that? All right. So now we're going to move over to the frying pan because we're going to sear the meat. I'm going to break it up a little bit because my crock pot isn't that big and it can't handle the whole piece. All right, so my pan's good and hot. I rinsed that too. I'll put a little bit of olive oil in there. We're just going to sear the meat, so I want it good and hot. All right, so here's piece one. And we're just going to sear that really good. All right, I had too much oil in the pan and I forgot to dry the meat in the beginning. I'll show you. There we go. Got a nice sear on that side. I'll show you on the next piece what I meant. All right, that piece is ready for the crock pot. I'll show you the next piece. All right, so that's gonna go onto a plate. So we're ready to add it to the crock pot. See how hot that pan is? It's smoking hot. Let's put this next piece in so we can sear it. I turned it down a little bit. It was kind of a little bit too high for me. Put the dry piece down. See, that didn't sizzle and pop because I didn't have as much oil in the pan and I put the dry side down. Let's give that a minute. Pat it dry, the top half. Should be good. I hope I'm not flipping it too soon. Nah, it's good. Get a nice sear on that side. All right, that's seared on that side. I hope you can see that. Let's move over to the crock pot. I hope this piece of meat's gonna fit inside this crock pot. We'll find out. Whoop. Oh, it's not gonna fit. Let me just get what I can in there. I'll cut that little piece there. And then we'll put this down in there. And any of the juices that came out. All right. All right. I could have left it like that. I want it to sit even in the pan. I'm a little funny like that about symmetry. I don't know. All right, there we go. It's looking a little blue to me in the screen. I hope it's not coming out looking blue when I edit it. All right, so now we're just going to get a bowl out and mix up the sauce. So to this bowl, you're gonna add your can of tomato sauce. Get out every bit of it, best you can. If you need to use a little water, do so, but I don't think I'm going to need it. Let me just scrape that out real quick. You're going to add your 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. I put almost 2 3/4 because I like Worcestershire sauce, but the recipe calls for 2. 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar. Teaspoon of salt. And a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, packed. Oops. I have a whisk. I don't know why I'm using this. Hold on. Let me just set that down on the meat over there so whatever's on it can wipe off on the meat. Gotta whisk that real good. Alrighty. Nice and whisked up. Let's get the meat back over here. All right. Where's my spatula I put in there? And we're gonna pour this down right over top of the roast. All right, we're gonna put the lid on that. We're gonna cook it for about 5 hours. The recipe calls for it to be cooked on high for 5 hours. I've had it go longer. It has been many, many, many years since I've made this. All right, so we're just gonna let that start cooking. All right, be back a couple hours. About a half hour before it's done, I'm gonna peel up the potatoes and just make basic mashed potatoes. Potatoes are peeled, getting ready to go on. It's getting close to dinner time. All right, I turned this off a couple of minutes ago. That's what we got going on in there. I'm gonna take out the meat and I'm gonna take the juice and transfer it to a saucepan. That is fallen off the bone tender. Let me get that out of the crock pot. So I got all the meat and vegetables out. I'm gonna put this in a saucepan so we can thicken it up just a little bit. I'll show you what it looks like. When I tell you it was falling off the bone tender, hold on a second. I literally meant it fell off the bone. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Let me get that to a sauce pot so we can thicken it up. I'll show you what everything else looks like. There's the meat. And there's the vegetables. So I'm gonna thicken up that sauce just a little bit. Potatoes are done. We're just about to eat. All right, so I got it out. It looks like a lot, but it's not a really big pan. So we're gonna turn it on and bring it to a boil. And I'm just gonna add a little cornstarch. If you use the potatoes in there, you may not need to do that. It may be thick enough, but for us, it's not. I'll show you what it looks like. Hold on, got a spoon right here. It's a big one, but this is just kind of like soupy. I just want it just a little bit thicker. That's all, slightly thicker. You could stop here if you like, but it's like a sweet and sour kind of a pot roast. So we're just gonna give it a minute. I have a little bit of water and cornstarch, cold water. It does not like hot water. It will seize up on you. There you go. I'm not gonna add all of what I put in here. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit. Because I don't want it like thick, thick, thick. I just want it thicker, like gravy. Just gonna give that a few minutes, see if that thickens up. If not, I'll add more, but it should. It's kind of thick now. All right, so I gave it just another minute. See, it's just thicker, like gravy. We are done. Turning it off. Okay, so that's everything that came out of the crock pot. I also have the mashed potatoes. You can eat this any way you want. You can shred it up and put it on top of the potatoes. You can put it on your plate. I haven't decided. It's falling off the bone tender. Like I could literally grab a piece and just break it off. See? Like that. Let me plate it up and I'll figure it out then. And there's my plate. What I'm gonna do with the remaining food is I'm gonna shred it up and put it on top. I couldn't decide which way I wanted to go. I'm gonna meet you at the table. There it is, all shredded up.
If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video.
Dinner time! We're all here, even Tyler's back there. So we're just gonna give this a go. Eric wanted his on the side, we wanted ours on top, so that's how we did it. So let's just go in for the taste of the meat, guys. You ready? You can have a little potato with it if you like. Some gravy. Ready, Tyler?
Yeah.
Can't see behind me. Ready, set, go. Like that. Holy cow, that's delicious.
That's really good.
Try the carrots. These cooked under the meat. See how tender they are? Just boom, right through it with a fork. You ready, guys? Go ahead.
I took a bite.
Oh,
That's good.
that's really good. That's really good. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah? All right. We'll eat this and we'll come back and let you know what we thought about it after we had several tastes. Bye-bye. Dinner's over. How we do? Boom! Look at that. They didn't finish. Now, I did make a lot of potatoes, but let's see what they thought about it. Eric, what'd you think about dinner?
It was great. I especially like the carrots though.
Aiden, what'd you think about dinner?
It was amazing. I loved it.
Tyler, what'd you think?
This dinner was absolutely good.
And me, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a nice Sunday supper with very simple to make. So there you have it. I hope you try it. I hope you like it. Leave me a comment either way. See you later. Bye.